One of my favorite easy dinners to pull together on Sunday afternoons is homemade pizza. I can make the dough during nap time or right before we want to eat. Today I'm going to make a delicious homemade pesto pizza using my favorite King Arthur flour mix. You can use regular flour as well in lieu of this mix. It makes the whole thing so easy. It is really great if you have enough time to let the dough rise for at least an hour before making the pizza, but if you don't, you can use it right away. The ingredients in pizza dough are pizza crust mix or flour, olive oil, salt, and yeast. I also added an extra teaspoon of pizza crust flavoring from King Arthur flour, but you don't need to use that if you don't have it on hand. Then you just knead everything together and let it rest for about an hour or so before shaping it into pizza crusts. I know, it hardly seems that it's that easy, but it really is. If you need to use the crust right away, please go ahead and do so. What I do in this case is I make the dough, let it rest for an hour, and while it's resting, I preheat the oven to 500 degrees and put my pizza stone in to preheat. This makes the oven really hot, and that makes for a deliciously cooked pizza crust. It makes everything nice and crispy and bubbly, just the way you want it. This crust recipe makes enough for 2 pizzas, but I only need 1 for our family, so what I do is I divide the dough in half and wrap one half of it up and keep it for later. In this case, I made the pizza again later that week when my husband was traveling. As preheating and the dough is rising, I go around and do some other things in the house. I also have my pesto ready as well as my tomatoes so that when the pizza stone is preheated, I'm all set to get things going and in the oven quickly. It is hard to shape pizza dough into a circle just like the pizza parlor, so I do my best and turn the dough in a circle like I'm steering the car, and then I end up with some kind of oval, circle, or square. It all tastes the same in the end anyway. I place it on the pizza stone and prick it all around and then brush it with a little olive oil and bake it for about 10 minutes. Brushing it with the olive oil and baking it like this helps the dough gets very crispy all around so that when you put the toppings on it, it doesn't get soggy while it's baking. Bake the crust like this for about 10 minutes and do your best to wait and have all the toppings ready nearby. In this case, I have my pesto out, I cut up my fresh mozzarella, and halved my little yellow tomatoes. We got these gorgeous tomatoes at the farmer's market and we just could not pass them up putting them on the pizza. They were so sweet and delicious. We like really full pizza, so I spread the pesto all around and don't leave much of a crust on the edge, but you can do whatever suits your liking. Then I scattered the mozzarella cubes on top as well as the halved yellow tomatoes. Any kind of tomato will do. These yellow ones were so sweet and delicious from the farmer's market. We could not resist them. Finally, place the pizza back in the oven and let it cook for about another 10 to 12 minutes. Check around the edges to make sure they're brown and golden, and some of the pesto might be darkened too. The cheese should be totally melted and bubbly. This, my friends, is the perfect homemade pizza dough. It was so easy to do and we had such a great time making it. It is also the perfect late Sunday afternoon treat. I'm Kelsey, the Naptime Chef. Thanks for watching.